Hello, welcome to this lesson on product of prime factors. We will do these 5 equations in this lesson and we will explain prime factors and how to this will help us with factorizing any number. So prime number is the number that can be divided only by evenly by itself and by 1. So if we start with question 1, listing the first 7 prime numbers. Number 1 is not a prime number because 1 square is 1, so it's a square, so it's not a prime number. So we have number 2 is a first prime number. Then number 3 is only can be divided by itself and by 1. So 3 is the first prime number, second prime number. And then 4 cannot be prime number. After that we have 5, and then after 5 is 7, after 7 is 11, and 13 and 17. So this number can only be divided evenly by itself or by 1. You cannot factorize this number. So that's the answer for question 1 in this sheet. So this is question 1. If we take question 2, it's asking about express the number as product of their prime factor. So we factorize the number and then we make a product of these factors. So we start with number 30. It's better to make trees while we factorize. So we start with the lowest prime factor. We can do 2 or 3. We can start with 3 here. So divided by 3, we have 10. And here, so whenever we finish with something, we just put a circle so we don't go to do it again. With 10, we can do 2, and then this will become 5. So we finish this prime, this is a prime. So we have 3 and 2 and 5. We can multiply these, 3, 2, and 5, and this will equal 30, which is the same number. Now we can take the second number, which is 60. So this is A, this is B here. So 60, we can start with 2, and this is prime. 60 divided by 2 is 30. 30 we can use the same thing again, which is 3, and here 10, and then 2 and 5. And this will give us, so the 60 here will be 2 multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 5, and this is 60. And next we'll take 360. So C is 360. We can start with, we divide it by 6. 360 divided by 6 is 60. They are not prime numbers, so we keep going. If we divide it by 2, we will get 3 here. If we divide this by 2, we get 30. And then from 30 you can continue again the same way. 3, and this will give us 10, and this will give us 2 and 5. So, and the same thing, we say 360 equal 2 multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 5. And then if we go to the other one, is 220. 220. We start with, we can divide by 2. We will get 110. And then we divide by 2 again. We get 55. This we can divide it by 5, or we can divide it by then we can do the same, is 220 equal 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 11. Next we go to the other question. Now product of powers of their prime number. So here we have to make numbers with to the power. Let's see how we can do it with the simple one, which is 24. So question 3a, 24, and we factorize in the same way, but then eventually when we finish, we are not going to do it in this way. We are going to do it in the power way. So we can start with, we divide by 2, we get 12, divide by 2 again, we get 6, 2 again, we get 3. And this, so the 24 can equal to, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 2's, so it is 2 to power 3 multiplied by 3. And this is how we express the product of powers in the question. Next is 64. We do 64. So we do the same way, we divide by 2, we get 32, we divide by 2 again, we get 16, we divide by 2 again, we get 8, we divide by 2, we get 4, we divide by 2, we get 2, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 64 equal 2 to power 6, and that is product of powers of prime numbers. We can do the next two ones as well. Yeah. Now we have 192 and we can do it in the same way. So divide by 2, we get 96. If we divide this by 2 again, we get 48. If we divide 48 by 2 again, we get 24. Divide by 2, we get 12. And then divide by 2, we get 6. Divide by 2, we get 3. This means we have how many 2's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 192 will be equal 2 to power 6 multiplied by 3. And that's the answer for this. The next one is 175. So we start by dividing by 5. 5 is a prime number. So dividing by 5 we get 35. We can divide by 5 again. We get 7, which is a prime number. So 175 equal 2 5's, which means 5 to the power 2 multiplied by 7. We are done with this equation now. We can do the next equation. The number 96 can be written as, so its powers 2 to the power m multiplied by n, where m and n are prime numbers. Find the value of m and the value of n. So we do the same thing, we do factorizing, and then we find the m and n in this. So we have 96. We can start by dividing by 2, and let's give us 48, and we divide this by 2 again. It's similar to the one on the top. So we'll get 24, divide by 2 we get 12, divide by 2 we get 6, divide by 2 we get 3. Now since this is 5 2's, so 96 equal 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 3. And since the question told us it is 2 to the power m multiplied by n, where n and m are prime numbers, we say m equal 5 and n equal 3. Okay, and now we do the last question, question 5, which is similar to question 4, and it is 75. So question 5 is 75, and we start by dividing by 5, we get 15, and you can divide by 5 again, we get 3. So it is 5 to the power 2, 75 equal 5 to the power 2 multiplied by 3. And since the question says it is 5 to the power x multiplied by y, so 5 to the power x multiplied by y, x is equal to and y equal 3. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching.